Well. I actually wasn't even thinking about playing today, but this goes in the back of my head, so yeah. Hold on. I should check if I'm robotic or not. I shouldn't start unless I check. I didn't check myself. I didn't check earlier if I'm robotic. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Are you robotic? No, you're not. Okay. Okay, I'm not robotic. Alright, let's fucking start. I beat the Banner Saga 2 yesterday. I started 3, but I think I'm gonna take it slow with that game. It takes about like 20 hours or so to beat it. Or like 15 or 16 if you're speed running. Which I'm trying not to speed run, but alright, let's get the discoing. I think the last thing we was doing was talking to that boat lady. That was the last thing I remember doing. That was Friday. Or was it Thursday I did that? I don't remember. That was a while ago. Oh yeah, my controller doesn't work unless I... Yeah, here we go. Yes, that one. Okay. Come on, controller. Okay. Alright, let's go
You're
back to
back.
talking to her.
Good. What can I help you with?
She takes a sip from her silvery thermal cup. What can I help you with? Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
She enjoys talking about the company. It would not hurt to inquire more.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
This is like... What exactly is a billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one.
What is it made of?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pine get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samarran and Insulindian Easterlers
20
250
billion.
years ago,
Damn, my
when
morale's so
pine
low.
ships explored the
Holy
South
shit.
Seminese and charted Lormentang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta do something. Something's bothering me right now. Where is it? Where is it? Fuck. I don't remember. Is it in game? Oh, here it is. Put this shit top right. Yeah. I'll get there instead. Alright. Yeah, I like it there instead. Okay. What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving. The workers do. The company's nothing without them. Without them.
We built this district. All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
WP? Oh. Wild Pines.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees.
Oh, you saw how that went.
A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
Okay.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Suggestion. What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait. What if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus. I will slay it.
Good luck. It's only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
But I will slay it.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this, precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago.
Kids are
after
coming out
that
of school
awful
right now.
lynching took place.
You might hear it in the background. I live right near fucking 3 schools. Wait, yes, 3 schools. Great.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
She leans back and rolls her eyes.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
It's been 2 months, buddy.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the Union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the Union has gone on strike.
I don't think so, Kim.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the Union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Over... don't forget. Over aggressive, commie posturing.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have to admit.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
What are you going to do? Maybe they have backing, dude. Pretty sure they have backing. They're going to survive without on strike that long.
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Scabs at the gate. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrog, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
What do you think of that walrus? I mean, Everett.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
He's not that bad.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing of something about this. Wait, there are 2 of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like
Oh,
Edward
no, I don't
does.
want to ever meet
And
him.
when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself? Outside the brothers, Claire.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Claire came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
So Kim says to be weird, right? There's nothing weird about all this. Basically a socialist mob.
Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
It happens.
Does it? The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, city, nothing.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Why you always lying? Wait. Oh, 3 minutes left for that. Nice.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional
Ooh.
negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of arrangement would it be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Easy. Just
Cool.
offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
Possible inside terminal B.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones, or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
My badge.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madame. What is this?
Kingdom of Conscience.
Whoa, that's freaking...
The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
Moralist dialogue options heal +1 morale. Learning cap for volition 5. Learning cap for logic 5. Kinda don't like some of these. I mean, this bumps up to 5. Logic bumps up to 5 too. Fuck all that. Alright, Kim, what do you want? Let's get away from her.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Revolt Tennis Force. How do you hope it will go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Also, we're a henchman now?
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
What am I supposed to do?
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Then we investigate briefly. Just it's not shit. I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
You could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Let's get back to her then. I don't like this lady.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
By the way, I've talked to Everett, Claire.
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
He's a beautiful man. Beautiful and just.
Just? In what way?
In a funky socialist way. He looks out for the people.
Of course. Some of them, at least. The ones who work for him. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? No, wait. Actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption. Reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself.
Them.
However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
We're the boss. How about something else for now, if you don't mind?
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why? How was you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality.
No time to explain. Just give me the lowdown.
No, but please. A little context. We're not in such a hurry.
So related to the medical episode, I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy now that I think of it.
Encephalopathy. What? Encephalopathy. Oh, that sounds gross to say. Encephalopathy.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You'll appear worldly.
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
What is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock.
Welcome to Jamrock.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. The
A brief spike of longing in her upright body.
Oops.
The dots under her eyelids shake.
Close eyes are ruins, terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders.
As I told you, Martinez used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You were here as a teenager.
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. The boys certainly did not.
There's a spark in the air. A
Oh, I didn't mean to
live
do
wire
that.
hanging in the wind, in your hungover neocortex. Then the sea air
Motherfucker.
cools it down.
I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. You mentioned the sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
What's the name of this island?
Caillou, as you already know.
Caillou.
Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built the city? We built this city on rock and roll.
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connected tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're in the periphery, basically nobody's.
Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to the place, you're right. We are 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Look at the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Where am I? Revachol's Special Administrative Region, Le Caillou, the Insulindian Ocean Coalition Government, Insulindian Mission Command. Name after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Trouvant, Apricot Company, World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners, see if they feel loose. It feels like the most important of all the thoughts, the one you truly must complete. Hmm. Um. The most you could get is 3, 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. So there's really no point of having this, right? Hmm. Wait, why is this all 5 bonus from items? Nah, I'm gonna keep one, like I always say. I'm gonna keep one just So if I put 5 in here and I take out the logic, does it take away the the skill points you put in there? Did you take out this shit? So weird. Hmm. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
Her eyes lights up. There's a flash of teeth.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
You've got a predatory streak. You got a predatory streak.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file your teeth.
What's the big time?
The revolution.
Huh. And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. Who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
She's not gloating. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Sounds like they should have shot more people in the head then.
This does not represent the official RCM opinion.
Don't worry. Klaus Mazov shot 15 million people in the head. But that was all the way over in Grad.
Everyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side.
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
I love that king. Fucking communist.
Which one? Actually, it doesn't matter. King Guillaume has always been my favorite. He could smell a PR disaster brewing. So he got out alive, and his nephew, Fricelle, got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, by liberals you mean?
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended.
We.
Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
If everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the liberals already took everything.
The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who are the coalition?
The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
Moralists.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government.
The rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
If I always pick an option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am. And also not. What?
An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't
Who
a
started
who,
it? Sorry.
but a what? A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
What did this Zarat do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Wow. Really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Where did it spread from?
From Revachol and Grad?
There.
Not far.
What?
The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie,
What?
a pair of pants.
Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is this zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the Citizens' Militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The Zone of Control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the Suzerain and the Commune.
What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
It's been like this for how long exactly?
43 years. Hard to fathom, I know.
What have you been doing all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Were they?
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing.
Sugar booger.
The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might
Sugar
say.
booger.
And here we are.
She curtsies.
Welcome to reality, baby.
Thanks.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the Zone of Control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
You don't seem to be thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just...
She looks at the crumbling tenements, paint flecking from the stones.
We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
No, her first.
I asked you, who are you in all of this?
And I asked you, past less detective of the Citizens' Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death thing.
No. I don't know. I would have sought medical solutions. Sounds like Zarath drove those people mad.
A cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tendrils up your neck, toward the back of your head.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago?
I don't know. Would privatize healthcare and a work ethic that does not turn your brain into spongy tissue.
The wind stops, and for a moment, there's silence. The charge dissipates into the dark water. All is quiet on the Martinez inlet.
It's all yours.
A poor remedy for prion disease. That was the attitude of most of the more moderate Indo tribes, particularly those who supported the king. Kupri, Resplendent, both gone now. Those that survived mended their ways. They're all ultras now.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
There is curiosity there that goes unnoticed. Kim takes a step back, absent-mindedly.
My position, man? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable.
That's enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know? Glad to have been of
Well, let's
assistance.
conclude for now.
The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you, that's all for now. I need to put on my clothes. Do I have a... Here we go. Wait, that's the same shit. Nah. Alright, let's talk again, lady. Hey, how can I talk to her? Hey. Hello? Talk to her. Yeah, talk to her. Lady. Huh. Yeah, can't talk to her? What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, did it keep me out of the dialogue? Oh. Whatever. I think it kept me out of the dialogue. Yeah, no, I'm good.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
This is the police. Open the door.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
The lieutenant repeats dutifully. Dutifully. Yeah. Dutifully.
There is no reply.
Fine. Why can't I talk to that freaking chick anymore? I could now. The fuck? Okay, cool.
You're back. Good. What can I
I've
help
got
you
some more
with?
questions about
More
reality.
lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day.
What is
Go
this
ahead,
acute
ask me anything.
encephalopathy? Oh my god, encephalopathy. Encephalopathy.
It's a neurological
Ooh, I
disorder
hate that word.
caused by a lack of
Such a
vitamin
tongue
D
twister.
in the brain. Symptoms include
Encephalopathy.
retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective.
What causes encephalopathy? Encephalopathy.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly. What this boils down to is this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie out in the open somewhere.
Fuck you, necktie.
Wait. This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your interest not to blow it.
I have somewhere to party right now. Wipe that urge from your mind and get back. Wipe that urge from your mind and get back to reality.
She stares at you, head tilted to the side, with a slightly concerned look on her face.
What is... Think of something close to you.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you.
That was 72%.
It's about reality.
72% and we missed it. Ugh. Fucking video games. I want to know what you are.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
Dios mío. A liberal.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought our kind were all extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as this anymore. Not in broad daylight.
Dios míos.
I can see we're not so different, you know. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her. But only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
I forgive you, but only because you're charming.
A devil, who being of great charm and guile, sneaketh into the homes of the godly.
Beneath her waterproof raincoat and silk shirt is a body imbibed in numb 12 perfume. You are suddenly and intimately aware of it.
Wanna fuck?
Steal, kill, and destroy. That they say we've been doing for over 4 decades now. Perhaps regrettably. I've had my fill for this century.
What the fuck?
In any case, I'm glad we can remain collegial despite my scaly bulk and my perverse need to infiltrate and betray both kingdom and revolution.
Yeah, but wanna fuck?
When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
While a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east, light drizzle washing it clean, lights go up and motor carriages circulate the tracks.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake. Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
Wow. Oh shit, ball sacks. It's getting hot in here. Oh god. It's getting hot in here.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
You're a patriot?
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Hmm. Since I have two. I had to learn skills. Connect to station 41 and stay on cop poacher. Might as well, right? Yeah, fuck it.
Seditious talk, man.
But puts his nose against her look. You're a smart woman.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
Yes, because if this 83 goes, if this 83 doesn't go through, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, dude. Come on.
It remains
Oh
a
my
mystery
God.
what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Are you fucking kidding me? 83%? 72 and 83 and you fuck. Oh my god, today's not the day. What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
What? Really?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A? I totally butchered that.
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade. Facade. That's not facade. Is that facade? Facade. Yeah, it's facade. Yeah, it's facade. That word looks so weird, facade. Is that like a show of face or something? Or like the face of a building, especially the principal front that looks onto a street or an open space.
Facade.
Yeah. Like literally, if you didn't know ever seen that word before, you'd be like, "Oh, it's facade." Facade. Yeah. Facade. Oh, the English language.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Facade. Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye. Her red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful. We're in Martinez.
Oh, shit.
Baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a
I'm gonna just
disco
hold over
pay.
myself.
Aren't we all?
What is my
Martinez,
name?
if you would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say.
Tell me about another
Forgotten
person.
I would be happy to. What is a preposterously expensive education
Damn,
for,
dude.
if not
Fucking
sharing?
bullshit. This thing I got 7 is fucked up. What is that?
The girl in the old lady rags?
No, no, I meant something basic about reality.
Ah, yes. There's something very satisfying about discussing the
Wait,
fundament.
what?
The girl in the old lady rags
Yes.
looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infra. Infra what? Infra culture?
Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay. Now explain the same thing, but to a child.
Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right. What next?
Why is this? Damn it! I'm so pissed about that. All right, come on, 3%. I've done a 3% one poll for SSRs on my games before. 3% one polls.
A strange coldness comes over you
Darn
as
it.
you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Let's get the
A
fuck out of
doubt
here.
of
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Okay.
Anything
Tell me
else?
about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of
you.
here.
I don't wonder how you take out that fucking Steam notification when people go on like video games. I don't.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
The product sells drugs.
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I going to need bolt cutters for this?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the Union in another.
Why didn't you come to the RSCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence that the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However,
She pauses, looking to the sea.
this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
A cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets. From Martinez to Jamrock, in the traffic you hear the clinking of glass vials, concealed beneath tarpaulin. Or is it just your teeth chattering in the cold?
Fucking misery.
A lot of it. It comes in from large Samaran factories in South Safre, Sigai, and Sinyao. The literage they must get from this terminal alone must
Sinyao.
be oceanic.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Tract and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
True.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Okay, I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We will take this case, probe the drivers, and see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
She takes another long sip from her seemingly bottomless thermal cup. Thank you, that's all for today. For now. Today. Whatever. Hey Cindy. Anything new?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Catch you later. I knew. Oh, it's that little fucking shit. Isn't that the door? Yo.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Get out of here, electrochemistry.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Hold on. Can I at least have a cigarette?
Apologies, but this is my last one.
Takes another drag and shivers.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I need absolution.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit.
Can you just, like, toss that one down?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You're right. That was obviously a bad idea. Forget I said anything.
As you wish.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Gendarmerie? He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Yeah, right.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
I need to get inside this apartment building. Can you help me?
Help you? No, sorry, gendarme. I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
He was lazily what? What? You're. Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets, the old patio chairs, and dead house plants. And all the neighboring windows are black.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby. And drinking beer.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
Well, stop. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Come on, dude. 83 again? Come on, dude. Convince him to stay. Come on, dude.
This
Okay.
isn't the place or time for questions.
Jeez.
Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Hey, listen. I am just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding. There's snow gathering on his hair and on his shoulders. A speckle of white against the purple that hangs loose on his slender frame.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
It's a sign. There's a penis on the door, dude. Look at down there, the penis on the door.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. Oh. Bye, Martin Martinez. I know that's not your real name.
He's gone.
Puts his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
You're right. He probably didn't have anything important, so we just give up.
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock on a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. There's keys.
A stone like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe There's something
There's
under
keys for
it.
his Sunday friend and a penis on the door.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them.
How are we gonna find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Alright, put the stone back. Whoa.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier.
These bullet holes look like the bullet holes we saw before.
Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the revolution.
Man, how many people got shot during the revolution?
Plenty.
Oh. Okay. What is this?
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
Press your ear against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Carefully. No. Carefully
You
not.
knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in.
Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we are undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I lock the door?
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Evrard. That's also an option?
Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never gonna find out what's behind the door.
Now I'll leave. Later, suckers. What the hell is this? Eviction notice and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Oh, that's balcony. Let's check this case's joint first. Ooh. Flip up glasses. Spots is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. An old shoe rack, boots and sneakers, and old slippers. Okay. Maybe I should use my flashlight in here. Is this inverted? No, it's not. It's not inverted. Okay. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Ew. Was I here?
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
Yeah, it's not fucking Kuno's dad right now. How's this? Someone has drawn a full pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. No reply. No reply.
I examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Alright. I keep pressing fucking what's that thing called?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn number.
42. Ah, come on.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn number
Come
on the
on.
board says.
You already did me
11.
dirty on 80 and 70. Come on, 40.
What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
You think that's what I'm trying to do?
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Come on, dude. 58%.
What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the...
I believe it's the shackle you mean to...
He's just trying to help.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Son of a... Dude, today's not my day, dude. I was banging out these 30s before. Ugh.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the
Today's not my
furniture.
day, dude.
The number on the panel
I was
says
banging out like 12,
10.
25% and all 28% and shit the other time I was playing. This is fucking 40s, 70s, and 80s. I still fuck up. Like, come on.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This time it's so close. Who is this? Demands a female. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear a clanking of the heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Alright, fine, whatever. The hell's this? Postcard, Boogie Street, 46. Door number 9 is locked. Cash money. Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. What is this? Someone has torn down the wall.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
Rub your sides for
A
warmth.
former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius.
Her face.
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Look around. Look around.
It's clean
Yourself.
and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Shiver. The sea below looks cold and winter gray. Oh. Okay. Nice. The old grocery list is on the table and checks. Anything else up here? Doesn't seem like it. Huh. Oh, that's the balcony. Yeah, let's not go on the balcony yet. I guess this is the exit. Yeah, okay. Let's talk to the old Minyara. Apartment 8, the mailbox is overflowing.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom. Her knuckles white as bone. She seems to have difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this dam.
This won't take long. I only have a few questions.
Go ahead then. What do you want to know, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
I am looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. What do you mean? I wasn't joking.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the end of the other end of the hall.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
She squeezes a broom trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I'm looking for the parents of a kid named Kuno.
The waiters are at the end of this hallway, right next to the communal bathroom.
All right, I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Oh, jeez. Do you know who lived in the foreclosed apartment?
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
I just want to break the walls down. Is one of the residents on a vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Who lives in apartment number 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there.
She pauses, eyeing the hallway.
Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I'll go see what I can find.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Clean after yourself, you young people. Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar.
Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology.
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Are you sure you don't mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
Let it go.
Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
Tell me about the man who lives at the end of the hallway. Uno de Rooter.
I don't want to talk about Dewaiters.
Tweeters? Reeters? So the U is freaking silent? The Reeters? The clean lady mother starts digging for something in her pocket. Why not?
Addicts. All of them. And sometimes I hear them screaming. They don't like me cleaning behind their door. Think I'm listening in on their fights.
So she doesn't. Not after that one time. There's a that one time here. It didn't get physical. She heard something she doesn't want to hear again.
We saw unpaid utility bills. Aren't they going to be evicted?
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out. I don't like talking about those people.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Alright, that's all for links.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Thanks. I am off. Oh, there's why. Graffito says a firing squad for the rich. I saw the Cindy since we're here. Fuck it. Actually, first what's up here? Wait, didn't I get some glasses? Crumpled up postcard depicts an open air market in the Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stall. Hung by their feet from canopy, red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people's pass. 15 shants. Fucking selling a happy couples or something, dude. Here we go. +1 logic, -1 authority. Nah. Party playing low. Save. Sup, lady?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right. We've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
You better hand it over. That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Whatever. Fuck you. What's up here? Nice. Some more cash. Above tar flaps in the wind, forgotten hammers and nails rust. What's this? The door's locked. You can't get in. Shit. Oh, it's a cold place. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Oh, it's the old lady that sleeps here. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Maybe that's why she has bronchitis. Oh. Pour home laborer jeans. Anything else? Damn, I got 20 mullahs now. 20 reals. Hell yeah. Check out these jeans, bro. +1 electrochemistry, -1 reaction speed. God ass hindsight. Nah. Well, how much clothes you could carry? Oh, pack of ciggies. No ciggies. We are not gonna indulge in those this time. Nope. This music, dude. Freaking Lisa, dude. Oh yeah, let's check on these motherfuckers.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
We hear the door being...
That was smart.
The lieutenant says nodding towards the unlock. What the fuck? Ooh, shoes. Looks like fine mattress. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. Yeah, give me your shit. So who the fuck are you?
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
She jingles a set of keys in her hand.
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light, paper-clad passport. Inspect the passport.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details. Be friendly.
Be friendly. Nice haircut.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing there?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
I fucked shit up too. Reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hall?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
Penicillin.
A hole
Wait,
in
what?
the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
Couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
My money has also disappeared, I think.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Okay. So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
She's still shaking her head. Manicured hands now covered with over the chest, crossed over the chest. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Of course.
She replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. Anything else? Oh, what's this? Wait, what? Oh. Interesting. I'll close the door for you. Hey, old lady.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment number 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see.
She
I
took
hope
saying,
some good
oh.
people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place and the economy.
Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
Alright, thanks, I'm off. Later. Oh, she disappeared. Interesting.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn number on the board says number 11.
That's bullshit. Should I just use it? Fuck it.
This door has been closed.
Wait, I got new clothes too. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Affluent moneymaker man. What? These Per and Ingersoll shoes have no lacing, but a strap and a buckle. Due to their elegant and affluent design, they have been described as the most advanced dress shoes. So advanced, in fact, that walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on that. Wow, I had interfacing right here, dude. Fucking stupid. Whatever.
This door has been closed.
Like,
with a
dude,
padlock.
83, man.
The
Come
chalk
on.
drawn number on the board says number 11. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
The flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Kim, who is this Krasmazov?
He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Mazovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution.
Krasmazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him.
He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theories of the monstrosities of capital. and such. A bullet. Was that a bullet? Oh, what was that? I saw a bullet. Conceptualization. Summer plans. I don't know why I put one into interfacing. That is what it is. Was that really it? I guess that was it.
A plaster cast.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, come. I gotta close the door. Move. We gotta go to the balcony up here. What's this? The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Money. Oh yeah, baby, money. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Oh, snap. BRB. Yeah, I'm gonna continue later. Well, at least we got into the building. That was a good little run. I think I'm gonna call it for there. Wasn't that long, but yeah. I gotta go. I got to go. That was a nice little play. I'm not gonna play 5 hours this time, or 4 hours. What was it? I think I played like 5 hours last time. But we continue from this balcony, and then go from there. I don't think I should go see Kuno's dad yet. It's a little, I don't know. Who knows? Uno, Kuno. Alright, enjoy your Monday. I know.